I've just picked up my stuff from Dimona, from the trail angels who were holding onto it for me in Dimona, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for holding on to that for me. Hey everyone, my name is Joe and I'm the Kosher Ninja. I'm at the Dead Sea getting some TLC because I just finished hiking and hitchhiking through Israel from Kibbutz Dan and with a bonus section from Mount Hermon in the north all the way to Eilat in the south on the Israel National Trail, or Shvil Israel. I've invited you along so you can go check out my videos from the hike and see how that panned out. But right now it's done, it's over. I'm at the Dead Sea and just taking a look at the aftermath and taking care of myself, thinking a little bit about sort of what this whole experience has meant for me. But I think that's actually going to take a little bit more time before I can really collect all my thoughts on this experience. But I'm in Israel for another 3 weeks and we're going to see some more of the country, and I'm not quite sure what else we're going to do, but you're invited to join along and we'll find out. I've taken a bus basically from Eilat to Dimona and then from Dimona to Ein Bokek. And I have to say it's been the most amazing experience because now, having walked the Shvil Israel, I have places that I recognize, landmarks that I know that I never would have had otherwise. And I see jeeps coming out from a back road and I know where they've been, and it's just amazing. It's just a whole different connection to the land and as well as to the people. And every place I go, there's memories associated with places that I just never would have had otherwise. And I'm just really, really glad that I did this, and I still have holes to plug in. So we'll be making more memories, but that's going to take some time. I have to figure out when I'm going to be able to do that. Checked into hotel, spa appointment booked. Now I need to find some lunch. Okay, so I had some lunch and I'm going to go and get into the Dead Sea. And look, just look how smooth that water is. It's not always this smooth. And when it is, I love it. You can just float on your back and not have to worry about the water getting into your eyes. You really do not want that water in your eyes. I tried, but it's cold. I hope it gets better. Wow, that was cold. Not exactly what I would call relaxing, so I'm gonna go find me a sauna. All right, well, I have to admit it. The hotel's heated Dead Sea water pool definitely beat the real thing today, unfortunately. I also found a wet sauna and a dry sauna and a Turkish hammam, and I know what to do in a sauna, whether it's wet or dry. I pretty much know what to do, but what do you do in a Turkish hammam? I think I figured it out by sort of watching some of the other people, but yeah, that was interesting. And I also got myself an anti-stress massage, and that was really lovely. I just think that my poor back and feet probably could use a therapeutic massage. So I check out tomorrow to head back up to Jerusalem, but I really have all day to hang out in Bokek. So I just may get myself another massage tomorrow. Really, really interesting to see what a difference just 2 or 3 weeks can make. And I'm sure it's all related to that change in the weather that happened about a week ago, when the water up here must have turned cold, because it was a lot colder this time than it was a couple weeks ago when I was here. And that part that I was talking about earlier about sort of the different experiences and memories and things that I have now, connected with different places in the country that I never would have had otherwise. Just another reason why I really recommend for anybody who's up to it physically and considering doing something like the Shvil, or even one of the smaller trails. There's the Jerusalem Trail, there's the Golan Trail, there's the Jesus Trail up in the Galilee. There's tons and tons and tons of trails that you can do that are all very significant all throughout Israel, that are accessible to anybody. Like, there's whatever your abilities are, you'll be able to find a trail that you can do in Israel, whether it's for an afternoon or a couple of hours or a few days, or like in the case of the Shvil, a couple of months. So I highly recommend, if you're planning to come to Israel, to put in some hiking, because it really gives you a different perspective on the land. It's time for my second spa appointment, and no, you're not coming with me, because how relaxing would that be? But yesterday was the anti-stress massage, and today is the therapeutic massage, which is the one where they take all those muscles that I've been working for the last 2 months, and they start working out the knots. At least that's the plan. So I will see you on the other side. That was lovely. It wasn't as targeted as I had hoped, but that just means, Susan, you've got your work cut out for you when I get home. Back, shoulders, glutes, major knots in the glutes, and legs and feet, yeah, the works. And all of this is going to last precisely until I pick up my backpack to catch the bus back to Jerusalem. But, oh well, I will enjoy it in the meantime. Hey everyone, I'm back at my friend's place outside of Jerusalem. And I've got things to do, places to go, people to see, and I'm just discovering exactly how difficult it is to get around from here. It's really strange. It's 10 minutes from Jerusalem, and yeah, can't seem to get anywhere. But today I'm going to Haifa to see a friend and collect my drone, which found its way to her place after I decided that I wasn't going to be able to use it. So I'm not going to have a lot of time to hang around Haifa, but tag along anyways and we'll see what we can find. That worked out well. I'm in Haifa and it's not even 12 o'clock yet. I left just after 9, so that's pretty good. Haifa is very much an industrial and port city. I believe it's Israel's largest port. All the major shipments happen here, and there's a lot of Navy activity here. And it's very sort of industrial, working class type of city. But it's all built around and on the sides of Mount Carmel. If you remember, I climbed that mountain early on in my adventure, and it's very beautiful. Just requires a lot of climbing, and it's really hard on brakes. And speaking of climbing mountains, I'm still looking for that foot massage. My hamstrings are so tight that I literally, if I'm not careful, I'm in danger of pulling my calf muscles just by flexing my toes. And it hadn't even occurred to me because we just finished Sukkot and it's still shirt sleeve weather. But everybody's getting ready for Hanukkah. Wait, what? There's a Christmas tree. Also a Hanukkah. And a bus in the way. A very nice Hanukkah, actually. And we're in the German Quarter. And why is the sun always where I want to take my pictures? So I would like to take a picture of the Baha'i Gardens over there, but the sun is in the way. Why? This is something called bloody eggplant, and it's like eggplant roasted on the grill with tahina and pickles and tomatoes. And I'm sorry I couldn't wait, but it's delish. And limonana, of course, and pita. So that's my lunch for today in Haifa. And then hopefully by the time I'm done, the sun will have decided to move itself out of my way and I can get a picture of the Baha'i Gardens. That eggplant was to die for. But the sun does not want to cooperate. So we're headed up to the Baha'i Gardens to see if we can make it cooperate. Really? We're at the top of Ben Gurion Street, the German Quarter, and that is Ben Gurion Street. And down at the end you can see the port of Haifa, and across Haifa Bay all the way, I think, to Akko and Naharia, depending on the weather, I guess. And as usual, the sun is determined to photobomb all my pictures, so we're just gonna have to work with it. Except that we can't, because it's blowing everything out. Okay, give me a moment. So this is the Baha'i Gardens in Haifa and the Baha'i World headquarters. The Baha'i faith is a fairly new religious order, and or religion, I guess. And it was born in Iran about, I think, 100 or 200 years ago. And wow. And the members of the Baha'i faith in Iran, in its birth country, actually experience a great deal of persecution, and in some other countries around the world as well. So for those who are interested in religious freedom around the world, it would be important to educate yourselves on what's happening to the Baha'i communities in countries like Iran, Pakistan, Egypt, and other places. So this is, like I said, their world headquarters. The gardens are absolutely beautiful. They're landscaped with utter precision, and they quite dominate the cityscape, I guess, if you will, of Haifa. They sort of stand on the end of Ben Gurion Street, top of Ben Gurion Street, like that. They go, you can look straight down Ben Gurion Street from the Baha'i Gardens down to the port. The other thing I wanted to mention about, actually about Israel and the cities in Israel, that I was saying about Haifa, how it's like a very industrial port city. It's very much a working class type of city. It's interesting how the character of the cities in Israel is so clearly defined. I mean, you have Jerusalem, which is, I mean, it's such a historic city and full of history and religion, and that's all you think about really when you think about Jerusalem. And then you have Tel Aviv, which is the business and shopping center of Israel, and sure, there's the beach, but really Tel Aviv is all about business and shopping. Then you've got Haifa, which is the port city, industrial, kind of hardcore working class type of neighborhoods and city. And then you have Eilat, which is, as somebody told me the other day, Israel's version of Las Vegas. So Sin City, Israel is Eilat. So it's funny, they have you have really four, I would say, main cities that people think about when they think about Israel, and they have such different and very distinct characters. So something for everybody in this country. The other thing about Haifa was, as you can sort of see, I mean, there's the port and the Mediterranean Sea. It's right on the sea. And here we're facing north, on the north side of the mountain, but I was taking the train up, and the city kind of loops around the north and the west faces of Mount Carmel. And on the west side, it's got beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beaches. And there was, I don't know how many, it was like dozens and dozens and dozens of windsurfers and kite surfers that were out taking advantage of the gorgeous weather when I was coming up on the train. So it's just a really cool city. It's not just the Baha'i headquarters. There's a lot of world religions, interestingly enough, have a very significant presence in Haifa for some reason. And not quite sure why that is, but it is. So now I'm at my friend's place picking up the drone that somehow made its way here, and I'm just giving you a bit of a view of Haifa Bay, the Haifa city and Haifa Bay, and you can see the rain clouds. Apparently they've promised some rain for tonight. Over there, that looks like rain. And I'm back in Haifa for a lunch date on the beach. It's winter here and people don't go to the beach. So I really didn't think there'd be anybody swimming, but I found a person swimming over there, somewhere over there. I'm like, oh, okay. The water is actually not bad. It's the air that's freezing. It's like really super windy, and I want to get out of that water after I was done. But it's a beautiful day. It rained a little bit when I was on the bus on the way to Tel Aviv. But up here it's sunny, windy. Like I said, it's winter, so it's kind of cold. And people, I'm wearing my hoodie, but people actually were wearing scarves down in near Jerusalem. So, anyways, nice day for lunch on the beach. And yeah, so this has been kind of a roundup of all the stuff that I've just been doing in wind down after I finished my Shvil. And there's a lot of actual real debrief to be done, and we'll get to that. Tomorrow I have to head back to Eilat to pick up my brother. We're going to spend a couple days in Eilat, a couple days in Yeti, then a couple days in Jerusalem. So we're bringing along some of that road trip through Israel, and then after that I gotta head home and we'll do a real debrief of some of the just overall of the Shvil and about some of the details about gear issues, and maybe what I might do differently. But until next time, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share it with your friends. And if you have